Michael is truly an amazing guy to work with. He is unassuming, he is easygoing, easy to work with, never complains about anything, which is really remarkable. When you think about the job, and for 40 years to be working in every facet of the weather that comes with Portland, and for him to go about his duties day by day with never a word of complaint, with great joy and happiness in that, makes Michael an amazing person to work with.
You know, someone with already 30 years under his belt, it just that made my job a lot easier, because I know he's watching every part of the garden, and so it was the most dependable, and so made my job really easy, right? So I owe him a lot.
I've never had a boss be so encouraging and show so much faith in me right away, right from the beginning, and just kind of threw me into things, and it made me want to learn from him even more.
Just as the garden itself is always a place of contemplation and joy, the same can be said about Michael. There's never a time over 40 years that whenever I met with him that he wasn't smiling. He has this calm, serene temperament. Okay? Now inside is a passion that's as huge as anything for this garden. And you could see the artist in him coming out.
He's also very creative in problem solving, and that has helped us many times. And he's not afraid of anything, climbing into the highest tree and all kinds of things. So it's really, really fun to work with him and learning from him too.
He knows his stuff, and I'm always amazed when I watch him work. So yeah, I really enjoy being around him.
To be able to do serious work and get the work done and have fun, like, you can't ask for a better situation to be in.
A number of years ago, we had the directors' reunion, and while Michael and I were working in the garden, Wakui-san came up and commented that he liked Michael's shirt, and Michael literally took it off and gave it to him. The man gave him the shirt off his back. That is my favorite Michael memory.
It's just not going to seem right for me coming up here knowing that I may not run into you. So, I wish you luck. And he didn't say anything, but he looked at me and he said, "You're not going to hug me, are you?" And I didn't. But this is the hug, Michael.
A few years ago, we had like this gorgeous fall color and all these fall leaves, and the kid in me wanted to just jump in the leaves. And so we drove down to the Washington Park yard together, where they have this humongous pile of leaves, just so that I could jump in the leaves for a few minutes. And it's pretty special.
I remember on my first day, he told me, and I thought he was just joking, but we were going down to work, and he's like, "One day this will all be yours." And he tells me that just about every day whenever we work together. He told me this morning, actually, "One day this will all be yours."
I think probably those of us that have been here a long time remember the time that there was a Western red cedar that had to come down.
Oh, yes.
So Sada asked Michael to take down this large Western red cedar in the garden. So Michael climbed all the way up the tree, limbed the entire thing up so that it was just a pole. So then he was ready to, cut it at the base and fell it just right. And he went to break. He came back with a chainsaw. He started cutting it at the base, got halfway through, and realized that he was cutting the wrong tree. He had limbed up one tree, come back and cut halfway through a completely different tree that was not supposed to come down. He came and found me. I think he went to like every single one of us. He found me and he brought me over there. This is actually, I hadn't been working here that long. I didn't know Michael that well. He brought me over there and he's like, the chainsaw's still stuck in the tree, halfway into the tree. And he turns and he says, "Do you think it's gonna live?" And I said, "I don't think so, Michael. You cut halfway through the tree."
But that tree's still there.
The tree is still there.
Not only there, and you can see
it healed up. It has this big bulge.
Over 1/4 of an inch wide cut with a chainsaw that
Halfway.
horticulturally should not have healed. And that he found me and went, what do you think? And I go, oh no, the tree's had it. That tree is now healed. It's like the garden went, no, it's okay, Michael.
"40 years, that's a long time. So just imagine that every single corner of this garden, there's nothing, no inch he didn't touch. Yeah, he's a history. So he will stay with us. Even physically he retired, but he'll be here.
So when I think about Michael in the garden, I think about prints. I think about two kinds of prints, fingerprints and footprints. There are no more footprints in this garden than those left by Michael Kondo. And his fingerprints are in every tree and every stone in this garden. That's a remarkable thing.
This was cosmically the right place for him for these last 40 years. So as lucky as we, the Japanese garden, and all of us who care about it, have been having had him as our steward, he's been as lucky having had the Japanese garden be the sole mate to his passion, his creativity, and his dedication.
His work ethic and his skill set. I don't think I've seen anyone go up in a tree and do a cut, a really big cut, and you walk away and you go, wow, the tree still looks amazing and fantastic.
There's a huge portion of the garden that's just about time and being still, quiet, persevering through time. And I think that's what Michael did. He worked all the way through all those ups and downs that the garden had. I think that is a huge contribution over time.
I think that Michael's dedication and loyalty are the two things that I would point out as his legacy to our garden. Michael and his crew were really great, especially in the beginning when we were all struggling to see that the garden expanded and grew, and of course now it's grown beyond our greatest dream.
Don't need too much donuts. Sorry. Don't work too hard. I know I don't think he can stop doing the garden work, and that's okay, that's good. I don't think he will ever stop. But just enjoy your life at home.
I want to see you here in the garden, not weeding or pruning or moving stones, but enjoying and sitting and relaxing and finding your own zen. So good luck to you, Michael.
Well, I think he's retired too soon. From my point of view, he's still a very young man.
Hi, Kondo. This is Takao. I hear that you are going to retire end of this year. It's sad for everyone who working for Japanese garden. You gave me a lot of kindness, especially when I was living in Portland. You took me several times to Seattle for sightseeing. It's very fun. I'm really proud of what you're doing for Portland Japanese garden. Not only maintenance, but also educational things for your crew. Take care and see you soon.
Just as the garden is part of your heart and soul, Michael, don't ever be a stranger. Okay? The garden is yours, and for all of us who've had a chance to work with you, we admire you, respect you, have learned from you.
Good job!